All right, all right, all right, all right. What is shaking, everybody? Let me make sure I got all my things up and running, and we will dive into this. Hope everyone has had a good day today and a good week. Out here in Utah, the leaves are changing, and we have snow on top of the mountains, which is pretty crazy. There we go. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Make sure I got this up and running. I got TVs and computers everywhere. Okay. All right. So we are going to have a fun live stream tonight. We're going to dive into some pretty heavy marketing stuff, I guess is how we're going to call it today. So if you were here last week or you watched the replays last week, we talked about the first step to creating a successful run coaching business. And that first step was identifying your purpose, identifying your why. Well, today we're going to take another direction and talk about another important factor with creating and establishing your run coaching business. And it's going to help you get more leads into your coaching business. So let me pull up my other screen. So check this out. I can be little itty bitty on the side of the screen over here, or I'll be big on this side. We're going to do that today. All right, let me get this up and running. All right. So today we're going to talk about how to create an irresistible lead magnet. This is episode number 2 on how to establish and create your run coaching business. So before we get too much further into this, let's talk about what exactly a lead magnet is. Well, if you look at the words, a lead is someone who could become a potential customer or a potential client, and a magnet is something that draws them there. So if you put 2 and 2 together, this is something physical or digital or some kind of service or some way that you're inviting a lead to step into your world, and you're going to invite them and potentially have them become a client. So a lead magnet is a complete solution to a narrow problem, meaning that your client or your potential client has something going on. They're trying to get from point A to point B, and your lead magnet is going to be one aspect of helping them get there. Now, lead magnets can be free. Most of the time they are free. If they're not free, then there's something low cost, something that's very easy to say, okay, I need this. I'll pay, whatever small amount to step into your world. Another thing to remember is once that problem is solved, so once that lead magnet solves that problem for the person, it's going to reveal another problem that could be solved by your core offer. And we're going to talk about core offers on another night, but we'll just kind of put a pin on that for now. So the whole point of this lead magnet is to solve one problem, but help your client realize that you have the solution to all their other problems for their particular journey. Like I said, this could be either digital, excuse me, be either digital, it could be physical, or it could be something like a service. Your lead magnet should be so valuable that you could charge for it. And after they get it, they should want more of what you have to offer, meaning that your lead magnet should have so much value wrapped into it that they will want more from you. They literally will pay you to solve more of their problems. So we're going to talk about 7 steps to creating an irresistible lead magnet. So step number 1 is figure out one problem you want to solve and who needs it to be solved the most. Now, remember last week we talked about your why and figuring out how you want to coach and who you want to coach. Well, we're going to piggyback off of that and think, okay, well, who needs your goods or services the most? And what's one problem that they have that you can solve for them? The one thing that's really important to remember is your lead magnet is not meant to solve all of their problems. It is meant to solve one problem. It's supposed to help them move into your bubble, into your world, and then you're going to help them progress through that journey so they can solve all the rest of their problems. So you're going to pick one thing, and then you're going to go all in on solving that one problem. One thing to note, and one thing that's fun to experiment with, is you're going to experiment with what problem that lead magnet or that lead wants to be solved. So if they have a whole bunch of issues, you're going to experiment with what exactly is best for them and what exactly they will convert better with. So what you'll want to do is have a lot of different lead magnets to solve a lot of different problems. And remember, your whole goal with your lead magnet is to provide the solution. So step number 2 is figure out how to solve that problem. And there's 3 different ways to solve that problem. The first is your lead magnet will be something that reveals the problem that the customer is experiencing, and it's going to emphasize that the longer they wait to get your lead magnet or to do something, the worse their problem is going to be. So for example, in the chiropractic world, like I am, if someone knows they want to improve their posture, but they don't want to do anything about it, perhaps a lead magnet that I would provide for them is something to assess their posture, or something they can do like 5 exercises to fix your posture in a month or something like that. The longer they wait to get it, the worse their posture can get. Another way that your lead magnet can serve people is you're going to give full but brief access to your core offer. And remember, we're going to talk about core offers another day. But your core offer is basically your solution to all of their problems. And the last one is one step of your core offer. So it could be something like a guide. It could be a template. It could be something that basically just solves a problem that helps them realize, oh, like this person actually understands what I'm going through. They can help me fix my issues. So step number 3 is figure out how to deliver it. Now there's 4 different ways or means or mediums you can deliver something. It could be something like a software, like a tool. So for example, that could be like a spreadsheet or something like that, or some kind of web-based software. It could be information, so something you teach, like a course or a masterclass or a video or something like that. It could also be a service. You can do coaching or do work for them to help them get there. Or it could be something physical, like a physical product, which is something tangible that they could actually put in their hands and feel. So step number 4 is you're going to test what to name it. Now, naming is pretty important to what your lead magnet is, because that's going to be the first thing that your potential lead can see. Your name of your product or your lead magnet is a good hook into getting people into your world. So in order to determine what is the best name for it, you're literally going to ask people what they think. Give them 2 options. Say, is this better than this, and this, or what do you prefer? And give them a choice, A or B. When you test what to change, you're going to start with the headline, then you're going to go to the image, and then you're going to go to the subheadline. And in another training, we'll talk about more of the anatomy of the leads and lead magnets and things like that. But just know that you're going to test your headline first, because that's what the majority of the people are going to look at first. And if it catches them, if it hooks them, that's when they're going to look at everything else. If it doesn't catch them or the image doesn't catch them, then they're just going to keep on moving, and then it doesn't work. So that's step number 4. Step number 5 is make it easy for them to consume. So think of Apple, for example. So Apple, like iPhones, iPads, computers, things like that. When someone buys a new iPhone, do you ever open up the instructions to look to see how to operate it? Chances are probably not. You know how to use an iPhone. They make it easy for that person to consume. So there are different ways that people consume things. So do you watch videos or do you read books? Do you read articles? I was going to say magazines. Who uses magazines anymore? Do you read articles or do you read blog posts? Do you listen to podcasts? Do you watch pre-recorded material? Do you look at physical products? What way do you personally consume material? Now, what I want you to do is think about how your potential clients may consume that same material. And a good lead magnet will be packaged in all those different ways. You're going to have many different ways that person can consume that material. So if someone likes videos, make videos for them. If they like articles, make articles for them. Make it accessible to different styles of people. And the most important thing to remember is you want it to be fast and easy. You don't want it to be complicated. The more simple that your lead magnet is, and more simple it is to access, the easier it is, and the more or the higher chance that it will be consumed and actually used. Excuse me. All right, step number 6. If you're watching this on live, make sure you comment live in the video. If you're watching this on replay, comment replay down below. But let's go into number 6. So number 6 is make it good, really good. So remember, we talked about providing value. Value is something that makes your offer, makes your lead magnet seem worth more than what it is. Maybe that's not the best way to describe it, but what you want to remember is give away all your secrets, sell the implementation, meaning don't hold anything back. The more value you give, the more worth that product is. So the goal is to provide more value than the cost of your core offer before they've bought it. Meaning this whole lead magnet is meant to get them into your world so you can sell them something later on. And realistically, your lead or your core offer is worth more and costs more than your lead magnet. But you want your lead magnet to be perceived as, oh man, this is amazing stuff. Like if this is what this is and I got it for free or super cheap, imagine how much cooler that core offer is. You're trying to pull people in and get them to that core offer. So provide the value, stack the deck, and reap the rewards. And step number 7 is tell them what they need to do next and why it's a good idea. So in your lead magnet, you want to have a clear-cut call to action, or your CTA. this CTA or this call to action is literally telling that person that's consuming the lead magnet what to do. So instead of just saying, oh, if you're interested, click on this link, it's like, no, if you want this result, you need to click this now, period. Making it bold, making it clear cut. You're telling the customer to do something. You're inviting them to take action. You want to emphasize two things. You want to emphasize scarcity and you want to emphasize urgency. Scarcity is if there's a limited amount of it, or if there's, you have a limited amount of spaces available in your core offer, some kind of scarcity to make them think, oh, I don't want to miss out. The other thing you want to emphasize is urgency. You have until Friday to click this link and get this, or you have until, the clock strikes midnight before this goes away forever. You want to emphasize both of those things when you do that clear-cut call to action. Bonus tip, put time limits on those bonuses. So instead of making them think, oh, well, I just have forever until, this is, I have forever until I could get it. No, give them a clear-cut deadline, invite them to do it, show that there's scarcity, show that there needs to be some urgency, and give them that call to action. Give a clean call to action, then give them the reason why using scarcity and urgency. You need to click this link now in the next however many days, because if you don't, blah, 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 blah. That's the most important part. So make sure that call to action is super clean cut. So those 7 steps, we're going to go through them one more time. So step number 1 is figure out the problem you want to solve and who needs it solved most. So figure out that person. Then you're going to figure out how you want to solve it. You're going to figure out how to deliver it, how to give it to them. You're going to name it, make it straightforward and clear. You're going to make it easy for them to consume. Remember, keep it simple. You're going to make sure it's good, make sure that they're actually enjoying it and that's actually doing what it's supposed to do. And then you're going to tell them what to do next. I should say next, not net, and why it's a good idea. So those are the 7 steps to creating a successful lead magnet. So if you want to nail that irresistible offer, I figured now is the best time to talk about what I'm launching in the next couple of weeks. I've posted about this in a couple of my running Facebook groups, but I am hosting a 5-day challenge in a couple of weeks called, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Called Passion to Profits Masterclass, or Passion to Profits, how to turn your passion into recurring money, or I don't even remember what I called it. Probably need to rename that a little bit. Anyways, so this is in a new group I created called the Running Coaches Growth Hub. It's on Facebook. Right now, it is free to join. In a couple weeks, that is going to close. It's going to be pay to play, basically. So right now, it is free. So make sure you join now because you do not want to miss it. This is your chance to get in. This is actually my first time going through this challenge. This is basically the beta version of what I'll be launching in another month or so. So I'm inviting you guys to participate in this, because if you want to get this for free, now is your chance to do it, because this is going to not be free in a few weeks. In this group, in this Running Coaches Growth Hub, I'm going to be doing monthly live training sessions. We're going to do 2 to 3 a month, and you're going to have access to all the replays within that group. So if you're interested in being a running coach and you maybe just don't know where to start, or you need some kind of mentorship or guidance, head over to that group, because we're going to start doing that next week, where we're going to start adding some of that mentoring aspect in there. There's also some big announcements coming next week that I will save for another day. You're also going to access, when you join this group, you're going to access how to grow your run coaching business workbook. That is a digital workbook that you can use as it goes through the process of establishing and building that framework for building your coaching business. Also in this group, there's the Marketing Ideas cheat sheet, which is a big cheat sheet I have of all kinds of different things you could do as a potential running coach to get more clients to your business, because that is what we're all looking for, right? Also in this group, you'll have the social media weekly posting schedule. And that's just a document that I have. That's on my other computer. But it's a document that's actually going to help you kind of keep tabs on where you're posting, what you're posting, who it's going towards, because good coaches have lots of different social media, and sometimes it's really difficult to track where all of it's going. So you're going to have that posting schedule that's going to help you go along with that. And there's more to come with all that. So if you've made it this far, or if you're watching the replay, head over to Facebook, join that group. In the description of this video, I have a link to that group. I'll also post it in the comments as well. Remember, the name of that group is the Running Coaches Growth Hub. It is on Facebook. Right now, I think we have 18 or 19 members, so it is growing. The live challenge that I'm doing is going to be in a couple weeks. It's the 16th through the 20th, whatever that Monday to Friday is. But make sure you head over to that group, join the group. This is your chance to get great guidance and great mentorship as you start or establish your coaching business. So that is all I have for this evening. 15 minutes. Nice. Okay. Be sure to share this video with your friends. Again, head over to that group and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good night, everybody.